Stop.
Like, oh,
you don't not tell me how to do my job.
You be like, oh, you got my arm too tight.
Guys, relax.
I'm too tight. Relax. Oh, I said, grab me. Look how you grabbing me up.
You know, here,
Okay, hold up. We are 10 seconds in and the tension is already off the charts. Did you catch that? Stop. You do not tell me how to do my job. This judge is not playing around today. Drop in the comments. Is that a justified flex of authority or a bit over the top?
so you know, we're not disputing the underlying charge. We're not fighting it. None of that matters. What we really here are all about is identity, right? Are you this person? If so, how do we get you back to the jurisdiction that you're wanted from? So here it says that you are wanted from Michigan, Washtenaw, Michigan.
Washtenaw County, yes.
Yeah, Washtenaw County. And it says here that you're wanted out of there for armed robbery. So I know that you're going to tell me it's little bunnies jumping in the woods. It's not that big of a deal, yada, yada, yada. But my primary concern is public safety. We have enough death, dismemberment, and hysteria in Harris County as it is. And I don't want any more blood on my hands. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Shh.
This is where things start to pivot. The judge isn't focused on guilt or innocence, just identity and public safety. Classic extradition hearing move. But notice the tone? He's already leaning hard on the safety angle, and that could spell trouble for Mr. Thurman.
So your lawyer is asking me to set you a bond, and I don't know, because if you're a public danger, I'm going to have a hard time doing it. Right?
Understandable, Your Honor.
Oh, Miss Chisholm's not even here.
She just jumped off because she was just up.
May I speak, Your Honor?
Your lawyer's not here.
Okay.
So until your lawyer gets back, I'm not going to let you go. I'm going to bring you back out, but your lawyer's not here. I can't talk to you without your lawyer here. So I'll bring you back out here as soon as she gets back, and then we'll go right through the rigmarole again. Okay? Sorry. I didn't even realize she's not here. Mr. Thurman, you're back. Okay. So I told you before, two of my main concerns are, or my two main concerns are, number one, are you going to go back to the jurisdiction where you're wanted from? And number two, most importantly, are you a danger to my public? I take public, safety. It's as important as my hair. You know what I mean? It's that important, right? Because I don't want anything to happen out there with my name attached to a bond. I try everything in my power to ensure that everybody's protected. And I see that you're wanted for a really serious case. It's an armed robbery, right? I mean, that's what you're wanted for.
Wait a minute. Lifetime probation? That's not just rare, it's extreme. Usually reserved for the worst of the worst. Murderers, maybe. But for armed robbery, that detail alone cranks up the stakes for everything that follows.
There's no denying it. That's what it says on the paperwork.
He's on lifetime probation in Michigan.
Lifetime? There's such a thing as lifetime probation?
There is.
Yes.
Whoa.
So that Kate, well, I'll let you do the talking.
No, he did his time and he got out, and lifetime probation out of Michigan. So that's what's happened. I believe it got.
So how on what would, aside from like a murder case,
So he was
what
charged
would
with
garner?
murder twice, along with 2 armed robberies.
I wasn't charged twice with no murder.
It just shows up.
It just shows up
Oh, I was
twice.
about to say, I wasn't charged
Murder
twice.
along with armed robbery or aggravated robbery in our jurisdiction. He's placed on probation. Since that time, he's been charged in our jurisdiction with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and felon possession of a weapon. In those, he had bond conditions when it started off, where he was ordered to have a GPS monitor. He has had multiple curfew violations on top of that noted. And so I do believe he's a safety risk, because even with literally an ankle monitor, he doesn't follow court conditions. And so I believe he is a safety and flight risk. And the fact that there was a weapon involved with multiple witnesses, some of them children, even threatening to murder them, is that I would be opposed to a bond being set. Also, it should be noted that because of the way the probation was transferred, I can't confirm, so I can't approach on it yet. But from what I see on the system is that he moved the probation to Texas, which means there's an ICA. But I don't have the documents, which is why I can't present them. If there's an ICA hold, he's ineligible for a bond, because that's an ICA hold. I don't have it, which is why I can't say. But if I get the documents.
Interstate compact agreement.
I understand. May I speak, Your Honor?
Of course.
Okay.
So let's recap. GPS ankle monitor, curfew violations, And now talk of a potential interstate compact hold. That last one's huge, because if there's an IC hold confirmed legally, the judge can't set bond. It's game over until Michigan comes calling.
After we talking about the probation, I'm at the probation, the GPS curfew wise, my judge knows all that was going on. So he knows every information and why I've been late. I have evidence of why I'm late. So he knows everything that's going on with my GPS.
You're not supposed to be late.
He knows why though. So
I understand.
That's why he overlooked. He said, okay, it's fine. So he said it was fine.
Quick question, is it a motion to adjudicate?
Well, no, it's still an open case. It's not under probation, but you're just asking if they do a bond violation report. They did on November 1st, 2024. They filed a motion to revoke.
Oh, so it's recent.
It's very recent.
So they've not
this
heard. Okay, and then so there's not been a hearing on that yet, right?
No, but that's even after they amended the order. Also, he has further bond violation reports on.
Thurman argues he's no flight risk. And to be fair, showing up to court, knowing you're about to be arrested is a big deal. But showing up doesn't erase the violations. Do you think showing up should count more than following bond conditions? Let me know.
December 18, 2023, another one on November 28, 2023, and that's after they amended it twice. One moment. So he seems to be agreeing with this. So the fact that he has 3 violations on top of having lifetime probation and a possible ICA, obviously, I'm still opposed for him.
Why are you on lifetime probation?
That's the way they set it up as. I took the plea deal.
What are you on probation for?
The armed robbery conspiracy commit armed robbery. I did 5.5 years. Came home off lifetime probation. And to continue what I'm saying, I'm a threat to. A flight risk. I can't be a flight risk. Every court that they set, I came every single time. Every court that Michigan have set, I flew out there every single time. I knew I was getting locked up Monday. They told me that Thursday. I still showed up to court and got locked up. So there's no flight risk in this whatsoever. If I've been showing up every single time.
And you may be showing up, but at the end of the day, you continue to do what you want to do without regard to bond conditions.
And what do you mean by that, Your Honor?
Meaning that they put you a GPS monitor, and they give you a curfew.
Yes.
And you don't abide by the curfew.
I was working, Your Honor. That's why the judge has extended, because they had my probation curfew time I forgot what time it had as. But I had started my new job because I came, got locked up, lost my other job. He said, okay, the violation he's talking about, I came into court and talked to the judge, and he extended my curfew. He was like, okay, you've been working. I said, yes, I have documentation of new work. So I'll show all my documentation, and he said, okay. So the stuff he's mentioning violations for, they already been taken care of. So he's not stating that either. He said 2023 is, obviously I'm still free, right or wrong. I'm still free. That means he's seen all the paperwork. Obviously I came with legit paperwork.
And that's kind of where I was coming from at it. If it's a lifetime probation and it's curfew violations that he's still out, my speculation would be that he was able to make an explanation to the judge, and that's why he's not been revoked. So he's still here. As to the underlying charge, it's still a charge and that's what it is. Like he said, he turned himself in on Thursday knowing that he was going to get arrested and held. And so I'm sure that Michigan it's a probation violation because of the underlying charges. And plus, that's where that MRP is probably coming from. I believe he's proven time and time again that he's gone to Michigan, taking care of what he needs to take care of, and he will still be here he's been on bond on the underlying case for about a year. Your Honor, he's not been locked up this whole time up until this recent arrest. So, and at this point in time, this is really just for if since we don't have proof of an ICA, if the judge is willing to set a bond, how much that would be, if there's a willingness to set a bond.
Let me read this to you.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Texas Code of Criminal Procedure 17.03.
This right here is the gut punch. A man on lifetime probation allegedly pointing a gun at kids during a domestic beef? That flips the courtroom energy. The judge's job just went from assessing risk to practically predicting a disaster before it happens.
NLR, out of state Michigan, armed robbery with a conspiracy, 2021. Probation transferred to Texas 3/20/21. Concurrently charged with murder, which was dismissed. No holds. Defendant is not indigent, and defendant is alleged to have gone to complaining witness's home and pointed a gun at complaining witness and complaining witness's 3 children because one of the complaining witness's children was involved in a dispute with defendant's sister at the child's school. Defendant threatened to kill, quote unquote, everyone in the home. Defendant then left complaining witness's home and came back with defendant's father, both ready to fight complaining witness and complaining witness's wife.